The scorching sun beats down on cracked earth. Dust is everywhere, and the only thing you can hear is a deafening metallic clanking. Try to feel the sheer mass crushing your shoulders right now. Over 60 pounds of awkward, clunky gear, a massive wooden shield strapped to your back, a sword, 2 javelins, and a brass cooking pot dangling and banging a rhythm with every single step. Your throat is sandpaper, sweat is stinging your eyes, but you are not allowed to stop. That blister on your toe is actively bleeding. Relentlessly ground down by the hideous iron-studded sandals on your feet, the sound of your iron studs grinding against the gravel blends into the soulless rhythmic march of 5,000 other smelly guys. Forget the romantic oaths or glorious destiny. Out here, it's just iron discipline, sheer physical misery, and blistered feet. Welcome to the harsh reality of being a Roman legionary. A brass horn shrieks into the air. The 9-hour march through a literal oven is finally over. You think you get to lie down in the grass and breathe? Do not flatter yourself. The workday is actually just getting started, to keep bloodthirsty tribes from overrunning the camp tonight. Your ultimate savior isn't a glowing magic sword, it is the pickaxe and iron shovel strapped to your belt. Thousands of men spread out, silent and grumpy. Drop the packs, swing the pickaxes, shovel the dirt, chop the timber, sharpen the stakes. Nobody complains because everyone is simply too exhausted to open their mouths. In just a few hours, a massive fortress with deep trenches and earthen walls magically appears out of nowhere. You just built a mini-city with your bare hands. The truth is, the Roman army was essentially a giant, heavily armed construction crew with a serious attitude problem. A blade might win a brief scuffle. But these shovels are what actually dug up and swallowed entire territories. Night finally falls. You are huddled by the fire, pulling out a slimy chunk of animal fat to grease your weapons. Take a good look at your gladius. It is a short, stubby sword, barely 2 feet long. It wasn't born for you to twirl around or unleash devastating, cinematic sweeping slashes. Swinging your arm wide open like that is just a great way to get your ribs punctured instantly. This blade was forged with a wicked taper to do exactly one ruthless, highly efficient thing, thrust straight in. Now pull that giant rectangular scutum shield in front of you. It weighs over 20 pounds, thick, wrapped in cowhide and edged in solid brass. This thing is just for hiding behind. It is a mobile wall. A 20-pound dumbbell designed to cave in an enemy's chest using the massive iron boss smack in the middle when a horde of wild warriors comes sprinting at you. Your survival rule is depressingly basic. Hide behind the shield, step forward, smash the shield into the guy's face, thrust the sword forward exactly 2 inches. Retract the blade, pull the shield back. The whole thing takes 2 seconds, 0 emotion, 0 style points, but perfectly lethal. The freezing morning fog drifts over a field that smells distinctly of damp earth and iron. Across the way is a sea of warriors screaming their lungs out, waving giant battle axes that look objectively awesome. The ground vibrates under the feet of this frantic, charging mob. Your heart is pounding out of your chest. But your formation, dead silent. Not a single shout in response, standing perfectly still like iron statues. This creepy, unnatural silence creates a massive psychological weight. The commander waves his stick. You raise your pilum javelin. The engineering of this thing is incredibly sneaky. When thousands of these javelins slam into the enemy's wooden shields, the long, thin iron shank bends under the weight of the heavy wooden shaft behind it. The enemy cannot pull it out, and they definitely cannot throw it back. Suddenly, they are dragging around a useless wooden barbell that pulls their shield into the mud. Naturally, they toss the shield away, running headfirst into the Roman line with 0 protection. The brass horns scream, the steel block starts moving. Thousands of red shields locked together so tightly you could not slip a coin between them. The first impact is deafening, the sound of splintering wood and heavy collisions. The pressure of thousands of men crushes against your heavy shield. You grind your teeth, your iron cleats digging deep into the mud so you do not get shoved backward. You are not alone. The shield on your left belongs to your buddy. The shield on your right belongs to your buddy. The whole formation takes a breath. Push the shield, thrust, retract, step up, push, thrust. Retract. A smooth, terrifying rhythm like a giant machine powered by exhausted men. The biggest, baddest warriors on the other side are not getting taken down by epic martial arts solos. They are getting dismantled by the stubborn, mechanical teamwork of guys fighting like a multi-headed automated engine. The shouting eventually fades into a hollow quiet. The battle is over. The dust settles, leaving behind a heavily trampled field. There is no cheering, no hoisting anyone on shoulders for a victory lap. Exhausted men quietly pull off their heavy bronze helmets. Their faces are smeared with dirt, utter depletion carved into their eyes. And then what do? They pick up the shovels again. Burying the fallen and fixing the dents in the camp's palisade wall is calling their name. A red sunset casts long shadows over the battered ground. Just another perfectly normal day in the endless grind of a legionary. They huddle around the dying fire, aggressively chewing on boiled wheat rations that taste like nothing and feel like rocks. Tomorrow morning, that obnoxious brass horn is going to shriek again. The 60-pound backpack will go right back on. They will trudge towards some hazy horizon they will probably never return from. A massive empire was never built on touching speeches or shiny armor. It was paved with shovels, iron studs, sweat, and the punishing footsteps of nameless guys, quietly doing the heavy lifting beneath the relentless wheel of history.